Hey everybody! So for today's scary story, I'm going to tell you about the haunted painting, which I've actually been wanting to do a video on this for a very long time. And I remember when I was in high school and I was totally into looking up ghost photos and haunted places and all kinds of stuff. This was one of the #1 things that always popped up, and it always creeped me out. Even just looking at it through Google Images, it's creepy. Kind of a long story, so sit back and relax and enjoy. So, this is the true story, apparently, supposedly, of the haunted painting. So let's see. Got my laptop. So I'll be looking off to the side. Okay. In February 2000, the haunted painting was put up for sale on eBay and an auction began. Today, many wonder if it was a true story or a marketing ploy, which I wonder as well. Item number, and they give the number and everything. Wow, that's crazy. They give the item number. The item number was its name on eBay, but it quickly became known on the internet as the haunted eBay painting. And I think I remember when this was, I think it was on the news and everything. I remember. Oh, here's the item description that was on eBay. When we received this painting, we thought it was a really good art. A picker had found it abandoned behind an old brewery. At the time, we wondered a little why a seemingly perfectly fine painting would be discarded like that. Today, we don't. One morning, our 4.5-year-old daughter claimed that the children in the picture were fighting and coming into the room during the night. Now, I don't believe in UFOs or Elvis being alive, but my husband was alarmed. To my amusement, he set up a motion-triggered camera for the night. After 3 nights, there were pictures. The last 2 pictures shown are from the stakeout after seeing the boy seemingly exiting the painting under threat. We decided the painting has to go, please. Judge for yourself. Before you do, please read the following warning and disclaimer. Warning. Do not bid on this painting if you are susceptible to stress-related disease, faint of heart, or are unfamiliar with supernatural events. By bidding on this painting, you agree to release the owners of all liability in relations to the sale or any events happening after the sale that might be contributed to this painting. This painting may or may not possess supernatural powers that could impact or change your life. However, by bidding, you agree to exclusively bid on the value of the artwork with disregard to the last 2 photos featured in this auction. And hold the owners harmless in regard to them after their impact, expressed or implied. Now that we got this out of the way, one question to you eBayers. We want our house to be blessed after this painting is gone. Does anyone know who is qualified to do that? It was really hard to read because it was in all caps. I just want to yell the whole thing. Shortly thereafter, in response to the question about the piece, the seller posted the following addition. Oh, and it's in all caps. Ugh. The size of the painting is 24 by 36 inches, so it is rather large. As I have had several questions, here are the following answers. There was no odor left behind in the room. There were no voices or the smell of gunpowder, no footprints or strange fluids on the wall. To deter question in this direction, there are no ghosts in this world, no supernatural powers. This is a painting, and most these things have an explanation. In the case, probably a fluke light effect. I encourage you to bid on the artwork and consider the last 2 photographs as pure entertainment, and please do not take them into consideration when bidding, as we think it's a good idea to bless any house. We still welcome input into that procedure. It's as if they've backtracked and kind of said, oh, it's not creepy. Oh my gosh, the freaking photo pops up of the zoom in of the little girl. I don't know if I can look at that while I read, but I'm going to. Oh my gosh, it's creepy. And I'm going to post these photos, all of these, because you're going to suffer with me. After this, oh, I can't stare at it. Okay. Oh my gosh. After the description, there were 8 shots of the item. 2 were overview shots, slightly left of the center on the canvas. We see a boy of perhaps 5 or 6 with sloping shoulders and a heavy brow scowling at us. He is dressed as we would expect any earlier mid-20th century middle or lower class young boy to be dressed. A blue t-shirt, greenish shorts, short socks and shoes. His dirty blonde, that doesn't even make sense. Who wrote this? I don't know. Hair is cropped into a very short crew cut on his blocky head. His expression, his small, deep-set eyes, and his slightly downturned frown are the look of an alien, disdainful curiosity. You are not supposed to be here. That's what it says. Oh, it's so creepy. I can't look at it. Oh, sorry. To his right, propped against a window molding, or perhaps freestanding, it's difficult to tell, is a life-size wooden doll girl. Creepy dolls. She only has empty holes for eyes, but her mouth is articulatable and closed. In her hands, she's clutching what at first looks like some sort of tall bottle or canister tied with a string, but on closer inspection appears to be a tall battery. Really? Complete with little lightning bolt. Weird. I've never stared at this painting and really checked it out, so this is interesting to me. Okay. The two are standing on a street curb in front of a full-length window. The building behind them is completely dark inside, but reaching forth from the darkness we can distinguish at least a dozen tiny hands. Some of the hands are lower, some higher, but none are higher than the two central figures. If these are indeed children's hands, some of the children are on the floor. It is not clear whether the hands are reaching for the window pane, the light, or the boy and the doll. Four more shots were details of the boy's face, the doll's face, and the doll's battery, or whatever it is. But the last two shots were the ones that were supposedly made by the motion-activated still camera. They are clearly different from the daytime shots because the flash was centered on the boy, being the central figure on the canvas, and because it's rather large painting, the doll, who was, as I said, towards the left edge of the painting, is obscured by the shadow, but the photograph clearly shows that now her mouth is open. Ew. After the action begins, viewers started to report strange happenings whenever they tried to view this page. All of them, spectral voices, hot flashes, blackout, and mind control experiences, are typical of mass hysteria. One man, a Native American spiritualist in Mississippi, claimed that the painting had evil in it, and after having viewed it on his web browser, he had to cleanse his house by burning white sage. That's creepy. That it can come through your computer? I don't know. More than 13,000 people bid on the work. Whoa, that's a lot. The buyer, who remains anonymous, his eBay login was, they give his name, wow, but bought the work for $1,025 US, claims that although the story of the arguing spirits is compelling as a curiosity, he was more interested in the composition of the work and was buying to sell. He says that it seems to have been produced sometime between 1965 and 1975, and is entitled "The Hands Resist Him." It is signed, but the current owner has not released the artist's name. Why? He has never experienced any unusual effects, and calls the work a good example of surrealism from that period. I think it's pretty clear that everything which happens to people who viewed the painting through the web was the result of the power of suggestion. On the other hand, I remain skeptical but agnostic as to whether the painting itself is animate. If it were a hoax, the trickster employed the most cunningly inconsistent assertions, destroying the reader's ability to restore any suspended belief. Even if it isn't legit, there would have to be something seriously wrong with someone to have painted the thing in the first place. I mean, they would have to be whoa, fucked in the head quite badly. Man, who wrote this? Because I'm reading it. If you saw the work, you understand. It's just spooky. It is not at all surprising that it provokes such extreme reaction. It is creepy. I mean, it's just creepy to look at. It doesn't mean like it's haunted or anything, but or like possessed or whatever, but it's just creepy. The new owner of the painting claims he found an inscription on the back saying the title of the picture was "The Hands Resist Him." He also found a signature but refuses to say who the painter was. He says he received thousands of emails from people claiming they were repulsed, made physically ill, and suffered from blackout mind control experiences just by viewing the picture of the painting online. An exorcist type of voice along with a blast of hot air, like standing in front of an oven door, two friends crying after this experience and praying until a minute had passed and everything went back to normal. A new Epson printer that ate and mutilated page after page when the user tried to download images of this. The Native American who became so ill that he had to cleanse his house by burning the white sage, he warned me not to put this item around small children and that there is a great evil contained here. That's creepy. As I recall, both the owner of the gallery where The Hands Resist Him was displayed and the art critic who reviewed it were dead within a year of the show? Weird. So, what do you guys think? What do you think about haunted images, paintings? This kind of goes back to my the scary story about the JPEG file, you know, about people just looking at a photo through the internet and getting creeped out. I don't know, but I'm going to post a bunch of photos at the end of this video, so you be the judge, and you tell me if it creeps you out. Let me know what you think, and enjoy!